What's up, YouTube? It's FitzBro, and it's the moment we've all been waiting for, the patch notes for January 2022 for Age of Empires 4. Now, I have not taken a look at these notes yet, so we'll be experiencing them together, and I'll be giving you my thoughts. Of course, there might be some things that I don't notice yet, or that we'll discover when we get into playing the game. So, of course, leave comments down below if there's anything you think I've maybe missed. And we always have to watch out for what bugs might be introduced when this bug actually rolls out versus what they say is going to be in the patch notes. So, let's start taking a look. It is January 18th, and these are the patch notes that for patch number 10,257 that supposedly is going live as of tomorrow. Starting tomorrow, you'll be able to download the first patch, and we thought you might appreciate an early preview. We do. We appreciate any communication, so thank you for giving us an early preview. This would have been kind of what I expected to see in Friday's news or announcement from AOE4 team, but here we go. I'm happy to have it. It focuses on balance changes, bug fixes across a variety of civilizations with the goal of addressing some of the most critical issues faced by each. As seen in the full list of patch notes below, addressing player feedback related to the Mongol Civ and Fire Lancer unit feeling overpowered, as well as resolving several daily bugs to ensure that this, with the same thing they said last week. Upon updating, you'll no longer be able to utilize replays from previous updates. So if you have a wreck, you wanted to go back and review, wait and make sure you have watched that or done whatever you plan to before you update. And then talk about saves maybe being impacted. So keep that in mind as always with patches. Here we go. Apparently, there's going to be a developer discussion on stream. So after I've already posted this YouTube video, there is probably going to be this developer stream, assuming it looks like twitch.tv/Age of Empires. I might do a follow-up video where we go over some of the notes from there, but we could discuss it in the comments here or in the Discord. So, and I'll be live tonight to play. We can talk about everything. Okay, January patch notes. The rate that we widen the acceptable pool of appropriately skilled players to match you with has been increased by 67%. Expect this to lead to faster matchups without proportionally compromising matchup quality. So it sounds like you're going to when you're doing your matchmaking right now, we know that the quick search technically has a ranking behind it. It's going to expand that search faster, if I'm reading this correctly. We'll be watching how long it takes to find a game in quick match and the quality of matchups. This makes you a little scared because this is sometimes how you end up with a way higher opponent or way lower, but I don't know. A matchmaking system can be a little too picky right now. I haven't really had times with wait times, but that also could depend on where my current ranking is. Maybe that varies for different users, but there you go. Scouts now move 30. Oh my gosh, I love this already. Scouts move 35% slower while carrying an animal carcass. They are changing professional scouts. I really wasn't sure if they would. Oh my gosh, they move slower now. So you can have counterplay to the professional scout. This is huge, and obviously a nerf to the Rus civilization specifically. Scouts are fast, have lots of hit points, so they are difficult to stop in the feudal age. We're increasing the counterplay available versus the professional scouts tech by slowing down scouts so they can be chased and killed while carrying carcasses. So I don't know the exact speed that 35% slower is, but I wonder can a spearman catch a scout now carrying a carcass, or will maybe a cavalry unit? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see this in action. Horseman 2 to 4 ranged armor increased by +1 at each tier. Okay, so now horsemen won't just melt to archers as you get their ranged armor upgrades. Too difficult to switch into horsemen against archers as ranged focus fire picks off horsemen before they close the gap. This is a huge change to horsemen. So a positive change, something I've been really concerned with since the last patch with horsemen. Good change. Two great changes right out of the gate here. Man, have our prayers been answered. HRE, Spearman now can activate the Spear Wall ability correctly. Yay, Bracing Spearman. Fixed an instance of Prelate getting stuck while inspiring when no longer. They fixed the broken Prelate. Okay, those are great changes. HRE players should be happy about that. No other changes that you can see here. Rus, Horse Archers attack slower. Rate change from 2 to 2.5. We notice issue with attack speeds in general, and we'll be doing a more robust fix in the future to address. So this might be across all units. Or what if it's all units or the horse archer? So at least have a slower fire change. Horse archers no longer receive additional attack speed and additional damage from the incendiary arrows tech. And warrior monks now move 25% slower while carrying a relic, so you can counter them. I think those sound like some appropriate changes to Rus, and honestly, combined with the change to scouts carrying animals, I think this has been a great change to the Rus civilization. My next question will be, has Mongols been nerfed appropriately? Let's see. Mongols start with minus 50 wood. The Mongol civilization gets off to a fast start by not needing houses and enhanced stone income from the Uvu. This change is targeted at slowing down the opening and giving enemies more time to muster defense. So if I recall correctly, I think this will make it so you now have to chop wood in order to build your Uvu. Usually I would know that statistic right off the top of my head, but I haven't played Mongols in months because they've been so ridiculous. But I believe that's exactly what an Uvu costs. So that's a big change to slow down how quickly you'll start getting that stone and maybe make you just, spin that stone more wisely as you get to the feudal age and not just spamming out a million archers. Outposts can increase from 70 wood. The cost increased from 70 wood to 100 wood. There we go. A nerf to the tower rush. Outpost rushing strategy be too low of an investment for Mongols, you think, for how powerful is a counter. Mongol outposts are still specials. They provide the YAM network movement speed bonus. This is a great change. Fix an exploit where it's possible to own multiple Uvus. Great. The Mongol Cognate Palace can now be packed correctly. We remove the requirement from Mongol buildings that they must have an empty queue in order to pack up. We feel that this will improve the player experience when attempting to pack them up. Okay, that's a nice change there. Is it enough for Mongols? So Tower Rush nerfed significantly. The rate at which you get stone early on is going to be slower since the Uvu is later, right? Technically. This will be a great start. So we'll have to see how this plays out. I think these are the main issues with the Mongols. So it'll be interesting to see, is this enough? And that will only come with time. But I appreciate these changes. Delhi. Oh, please. Spearmen. Now activate the Spearman wall ability. We knew that would be hopefully coming. There we go. They can brace now. That's a buff to Delhi. Keep tech times no longer increase while in the influence of a mosque. So you can now build your keeps close to home again and use those mosque upgrades to... hopefully, it doesn't say specifically if you can decrease the keep tech times with additional scholars, which what I thought you'd be able to do. You used to be able to. Because you could possibly do like a villager boom, right, with the keeps. But there we go. Piety-based research time. Yeah, this was broken. 600 seconds, 135. Explosive-based research time increased from 300 to 900 seconds. That's significantly longer. I would love to see it address the fact that you can't boost the research rates at docks by connecting it to a mosque. Chaser cannons base research time increased from 450 to 1350. Which chaser cannons? Which research is that? Is that the dock? I think it is. I don't know. I don't really get any of the water upgrades because they're so damn slow. I don't know. Hardened Spearman base research time reduced from 210. Oh my gosh, to 105. So instead of the French Knights just rolling in and killing all your spearmen before you get them upgraded, you're going to be able to upgrade them much faster. That's the base time. Sanctity. Oh, research time reduced from 300 to 210. There we go. So that's a change. That's what they shaved off 90 seconds from that. So you'll get Sanctity much earlier, meaning that capturing the sacred sites in the feudal age might be a little more possible. I like it. A good change. Reduce the time for herbal medicine. Oh, and the most important, Hone Blades. That's that technology at the House of Learning landmark in age 3. Research time reduced from 1350 seconds to 300. That is a massive change and perhaps could bring the House of Learning back into favor because having a +3 attack on your knights and man-at-arms is a significant boost. So this is the main reason to go with the House of Learning. Could we see the Compound Defender perhaps fall out of favor I'm certainly going to be giving this a try. Chinese. Okay. Bring the Fire Lancer nerfs. Let's see it. Cost increase from Fire Lancer from 80, 20, 20 to 120. Okay, more food. 20, 20. So they cost more food now. Bonus versus range unit type removed. We envision this unit as a hit-and-run raider that's effective versus building, siege, and villagers. In addition, the current area of effect damage is so powerful it can quickly nuke and kill most units. We've targeted these changes and making the Fire Lancer overall less cost-effective at fighting enemy troops. So they want it to be a raider and still be effective against buildings, but not so effective against units. So I appreciate that change. But does it still siege too fast will be the question. But let's see here. Age 3. Health has been increased. Hold on, that's a buff. Health has been increased to 155. Charge weapon area of effect damage will deal 50% damage to surrounding enemy units. So I guess that's less area of effect now, 50% less. Torch damage reduced from 51 to 36. Well, okay, that is a big change. 51 to 36. Okay, age 4 for the Fire Lancer. Health increased from 160 to 180, so a little more health. Weapon damage reduced from 15 to 13. Charge weapon damage reduced from 25 to 23. Charge weapon area of effect damage will deal 50% less damage to surrounding enemy units. Torch damage reduced from 55 to 40. So, all in all, Fire Lancers have more HP, but appear to do less damage across the board. So, I'm glad to see this. We'll have to see, though, when those Fire Lancers come a-running, how much of a difference. Of course, there's still probably the animation canceling bug, I'd imagine. So, bug, feature, I don't know what you want to call it. What's next? Okay, so it sounds like that's the major changes. We believe 10.257 work toward our goal for fair and fun gameplay across skill levels. Yes. We keep an eye out for a response as we continue to fine-tune. Meantime, we've begun to prepare a February patch based on what we've seen in the forums and other social channels. So they're already telling us we're going to have at least a monthly patch. So this is great. It's good to hear this because, like, I felt like in December when we got news, it was like, oh, this is our winter plan, but now the next patch might not be till spring. We are already have confirmation of a February patch. So I love this communication, and they're telling us it. This is what I want. This is what I've been saying communication-wise. We need stuff like this. Right now, we're looking to strengthen the Abbasid dynasty. Woo! I'll be honest, I'm sad there aren't any Abbasid buffs in this, but I feel like that the nerfs to all those other civilizations was more important than an Abbasid buff right now. Even with me, how much I play Abbasid, right? That it will in turn be a buff to Abbasid, right? Improving counterplay versus siege units. Okay. Tuning demolition ships. Oh, you think? I really wish this was in this current patch. This is probably the biggest miss, I would say, in this patch. I think this is like one of the top items in AoE 4 for me right now. But they have recognized it. Hopefully that means they'll be changing. Ensuring elephants and mountain cav units no longer attack faster when their animation is canceled. Okay, they have addressed animation canceling and a variety of other changes. Now, I said in my last video, or 2 days ago, when I had my rant about things I haven't seen, this type of communication has largely been missing. Like it just seems like it's been forever. Like I really appreciate this. We've got a developer stream today, so that's good to see. I would like to see more information like this. What I would really make me happy is if we saw them announce, hey, if there's any big bugs from this, we might hot fix this in the next week or 2 weeks. Like, I would love confirmation of that. If things really are just totally off the wall when this first releases, and we know very quickly, can they confirm that they'll hot fix it? But you could track. I always tell everyone, if you know of real bugs, you have to go to the official forums to report those. So when you see me make a bug report video or something here on YouTube, I always report it on the forums. Make sure you're doing the same. There's our changes. Just to highlight, quickly scroll through this one more time. We have the horseman being buffed against range. I like that. HRE are going to brace correctly. Prelates won't get stuck. Rus horse archers have been nerfed. Scouts have been nerfed, particularly professional scouts, I guess. Mongols, Uvu start has been nerfed. They have their tower rush is more expensive. So that's a big change for them. There's the change for the Mongols. Delhi, they now will brace effectively. We've got a few changes to these tech times. I'm a little bit disappointed there aren't any changes in the Imperial Age techs because they still take a long time to research. I would have liked maybe seen some kind of reduction in those times or some kind of adjustments. But these are some good compromises for now, and it'll at least be a good start for. And I've been saying it. Delhi could likely become A to S tier, and this could be the patch to do it. I mean, maybe this is enough. Having real spearmen, getting sanctity faster, having hone blades be more viable. These are big changes. China having the Fire Lancer nerfed or changed rather. Nerfed. Hopefully this is a nerf and not a change, because I know there's more HP technically, but I think it's a nerf, big nerf. And there we go. So let me know in the comments, guys. Did they hit the items that you were expecting this patch? What did they get right? What did they get wrong? And I will be live on twitch.tv/FitzBro this evening. We'll talk more about it. And of course, tomorrow, the big patch day, we will be playing it. So thank you for tuning in, and as always, make sure you subscribe to always get my latest AoE4 updates, casted games, viewer games. I have a poll right now on the channel looking for what type of content you would like to see. Go ahead and head over to the community tab of my channel and participate in the poll, and you can also leave a comment below if there's a certain type of video you would like to see next. Okay, guys, see you in the next one.